Should we get started, Priya?
Yes, ma'am. Before that, welcome, ma'am. So everyone, please on your video. I request everyone to on your video. Poonam, are you there?
Yeah, Priya, I'm here.
Yeah, it's over to you now. Please start.
We can get started, right?
So,
No, ma'am, just one, like 2 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah, Poonam, please start.
yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Poonam Mishra. I have over 12 years of experience into this IT space, specializing into release management. I have worked with various industries, including, banking, financial, telecom. And I have recently joined this course at Edunix for data science and AI, and I'm very excited to deep dive into this field, what holds here, and helps to make decisions into this transformative space. So today we have a guest speaker, uh, Kayal Vizvikartikaran. She is a senior product manager at PayPal, and she's also alumni of IIM Ahmedabad. She's carrying over a decade of experience driving cost efficiency and improving user experience through technology. She has also led interchange optimization initiatives at PayPal, achieving over $27 millions in annual savings. Apart from this, she's also a public speaker, writer, mentor, and a strong advocate for women in product leadership. So we welcome you all, Kyle Vizvi, ma'am, and the stage is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Poonam, for the warm welcome and the introduction. Hello, everybody. How are you all today? Unmute and maybe speak. Let's hear your voices.
Doing good, thanks.
All good?
Very good,
Doing good.
ma'am.
How are you
Yes,
doing?
ma'am.
All good, all
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
Middle of the week,
All good,
evening,
thank you.
all tired.
Thank you, ma'am.
Super.
No, actually, we are excited.
Excited? Super. Thank you. Thank you for those answers. So, a quick show of hands. How many of you are from the data science course? Either if you have your video on, you can raise your hands, else raise your hands through Zoom. Data science people? Okay. Okay. And how many from AIPM course? Okay, I'm not able to get a very big sense, but okay. All right. Super. So, how many of you have already something called a portfolio for your work? Anybody? No, right? Most of you.
No, freshly start.
Yeah, you're freshly starting things. Cool. All right. So today's lecture is I'll maybe call this more as a career prep than a lecture itself, right? So it's not going to teach you new concepts per se, but this is going to show how you can build your portfolio so that it will help you during your placement process, right? So that is what today's lecture is going to be about. And I will go through few slides, stop then and there, and take any questions you have, comments. We can discuss those things. And towards the end, we'll also make a plan for you to create your own portfolio. How can you start creating that, right? So that is the plan. How many classes have gotten over for the courses? For example, AIPM course, how many classes have gotten over? Can you put it in the chat? Or tell me, unmute yourself and tell me, please.
Ma'am, only data science candidates, ma'am.
Oh, only data science candidates. Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
yes.
So, okay. How many? Okay, just 3 classes of data science has gotten over. Super. Okay. All right. This gives me more clarity, right? So, what we're going to see today is basically why is a portfolio important in this era when you're trying for roles in data science, or as a product analyst or data analyst kind of roles, why is portfolio important, and what are some of the artifacts you can keep in the portfolio, and what can you expect out of the portfolio, how to build this, and all of those things we are going to see, right? So okay, moving on to the first thing, right? So the first thing is, why do portfolios matter? Now, before we go on there, what is a portfolio basically, right? Now, if you look at your resume, whenever you're applying to jobs, you share your resume, correct? And the resume, what does it show? It shows a list of things that you have worked on, all the things you have done, all the things you have managed, different companies you have worked for, and all of these. So what does it do? It basically uh, tells whom? Tells the recruiter, tells the hiring manager what all you have done so far, right? That's what a resume does. But increasingly, you all very well know how the competition for roles are increasing in the market, correct? So when there is an increase and influx of competition, people applying to, multiple people applying to the same role. Okay, have you all gone through LinkedIn, some of your dream openings, and seen how many people have clicked on apply?
Tried, but no response. We didn't
Yeah,
get
we
any
apply,
response.
we don't get response, but you see in LinkedIn, below the role, you see how many people have applied. Yeah, Poonam, you want to answer?
Multiple thousands.
Yeah, hundreds, sometimes even 1,000 people have applied
Yeah.
for the role, right? So all of these things happen. Poonam, you had a number?
No, it was similar.
Okay, so hundreds and 1,000 people also sometimes have applied for a role. Now, every one of them have created a resume for themselves, right? And with Gen AI coming into picture, everyone can really showcase as if they have done great work in their resume, correct? Now, the question is, how do you make your profile stand out when there are thousands of resumes, right? There are a couple of things that help you do it. One is, posting on LinkedIn or signaling that you have knowledge, right? That is very important. So not just telling I have knowledge, but showing that you have knowledge. How do you do that? That is where you have to create a portfolio. Now, where do you create this portfolio? Where do you host it, right? Many people do it in different ways, right? You don't have to be too technical to create a portfolio website. There are multiple tools where you can create a portfolio. How many of you have used WordPress or Blogger? Show of hands. WordPress, Blogger, Google Sites. Anybody?
Normal Google sites.
You have used Google Sites, right? Okay. Now, have any of you tried no code tools like Lovable? Anybody here heard Lovable, used Lovable? Okay. So maybe this weekend, take it as an exercise, right? You have to create a website for yourself, which is a portfolio, which is going to say what all you have done so far that is related to your dream job, or this class that you're going to attend, right? This class is not going to be completely theory. You're going to do some assignments, exercises, and all that, right? So what do you do with assignments and exercises that you have done? After doing, are you going to throw them away? Not really, right? It is not for you to throw away after doing the assignments. You have to store it in some place and showcase it to your recruiters and hiring managers that you have done something through this course, or even otherwise out of your own interest, which will match, or which will be relevant to your dream job. That is what we are going to do using a portfolio. Now, over this weekend, or whenever you get next time, what I want you all to do is to explore tools like Google Sites. Can you make notes of it? Google Sites is one, right? WordPress is another blogging website, right? Recently, there is something called Lovable, which is a no code tool, totally no code tool. What no code tool means is you all use ChatGPT, right? You just go tell ChatGPT, I want this, I want that, I want to know about this, right? In the same way, like you prompt ChatGPT, you can go tell Lovable, build a website for myself, right? You can give your photo, you can give your details, whatever your personal details first, and talk about 2 or 3 projects, including the capstone project you will be doing in this course, right? Those 2 3 projects, give the details so that all of that remain in one website. Now when a recruiter approaches you or you approach a recruiter, in your resume you add this thing called your portfolio. What happens because of that is basically the recruiter and the hiring manager come to know that you're not only speaking just random shit, but actually you have done something very meaningful, right? That is what they come to know from your portfolio. So what I want you all to first do is, this time when you get time, explore WordPress, Google Sites, Lovable, right? These 3 are the easiest available tools to create your own website, and create a website for yourself. What is it going to say? Let's say there's Palakshi, there's Amol, Manali, whoever, whatever your name is, right? Your name, your photograph, basic details, 2 or 3 projects that you work on during the course or out of your personal interest. That is what you're going to showcase. Is that clear? Let us walk through more about how to create that, what projects to choose, and all that. We'll do it, right? Make notes that these are the 3 tools you're going to try out practically. All right. Okay. Now, think of portfolio like a new product you're creating and launching, right? If you have to create a new product and launch, what will you first think about? You have to create a product. Let's say you have to stitch a shirt, right? What is the first thing? If you have to stitch a shirt, what is the first thing you will do?
Get clothes, buy clothes.
Buy clothes. Okay. Next thing. And how
Measurement.
much cloth meter, how many meters of clothing do you need? How do you know that?
That
Oh,
probably we'll
Measurement.
have to check.
Correct. So first thing you need to know is, whom are you stitching that shirt for, right? Is it a man or a woman? Are they small, large, big? What size are they going to be? What is their measurement? Correct.
We'll
So
do a survey first, and
okay,
based on that, we'll
right.
get the raw materials, and we'll decide the requirement, and then
Okay.
plan
So
and
first thing we need to know, thank you, Poonam. Yes. So first thing we need to know is, who are your users? If you have to build your portfolio, who is basically going to read it? Right? Our parents will read it, maybe. Who else is going to read it? Right? So your recruiter is going to read it, and your potential hiring manager is going to read it. They both are going to be the users. Now, if you look at these 2 users, especially when you're doing a data science course, do you think recruiters all understand data science?
No.
Not really, right? So you should create a portfolio in a way that it translates technical concepts in a layman term, so that the recruiters also understand there is something meaningful you have done. Then when hiring managers read through it, they really see what work you have done, right? So think of your users as 2 sides, right? One, technical users, the other, non-technical user, who could be your recruiter, right? So this is a very important thing you should keep in mind. You have both technical and non-technical users for your product, right? And any day someone comes and tells you, buy this product because it is good, right? That is a claim. Someone comes and tells you, you have to buy this product because, see, a customer has already bought this, and you know what is the benefit they have gotten. Which one will you buy?
Second one, I guess. It has
Second one,
a
right? All
repeat.
of us want proof to say, okay, this has worked on somebody, so it will work on me also, right? The same way, you can claim that you have learned data science, But unless you show it, right, what you have learned, and not during the interview, even before the interview, showing that you have learned data science is a proof, right? That proof is going to convince them to hire you, even call you for an interview, right? So think of it like you are a product. You are going to sell yourself to the hiring managers, to the recruiters, to invite you for an interview, to listen to what you have to say, spend their time on you. For that, we need a demonstration, a product demonstration, right? Like a product, if you go, they show a demo, right? Like that, you're going to show a demo through these portfolio of assignments, portfolio of projects that you have done. Okay, so that is very important, because proof is very important rather than claims. Okay, I'll move to the next one. Now, like some of you said, right, we'll run a survey, we'll understand what their problems are, and build the product, solve it for them, and send them, right? So same way, who are your users, your hiring managers, recruiters? What problem do they have? They have limited time. They have to interview so many people and choose whom they should really hire. That's the problem they have. So how do you bring, what do you bring to the table so that it can convince them, and then make them give time to you to talk to you, right? Because you all know data science is a very competitive field, right? It is not an easy thing to get an interview call in data science, correct? So for you to get that interview call, you should have something handy that you can showcase. Now, in your course, there are going to be elements that you're going to build. Each of that you can, take, polish it, and put it in your portfolio. 3 things or 4 things also is fine, right? So that when they see, they know that you have done something hands-on, practically, apply what you have learned, not just, passed an exam. Correct? That is what we want to tell them. Now, when you look at products, do you think people all build products directly when they build it to a 100 crore business? No, right? They all start small. That is called an MVP, right? Minimum viable product. Something that is small, and but it is enough in itself, complete in itself, to give some value. That is called a minimum viable product. So when you're building your portfolio, in the beginning itself, don't try to build it like a professional website. That's not going to work, right? It's very difficult to do it like that. So start small, and maybe 2 3 artifacts, keep it, and then keep iterating. That is what we want to do in terms of your portfolio. Now, okay, what are some of the principles of a strong portfolio? One is, again, as I said before, don't keep telling, but show what you have done. Context is very important. What is context? Why? Why you built something, how you built something, right? So these both things are very important rather than what you built. That is very important, all right? And it should have clarity for non-technical readers. It should also have relevance to your role. It should, also show that you have grown over time, right? So that is a very important thing that comes out of your portfolio. Now, how do you decide? Let's say if you have to create a dashboard, metrics dashboard, as a part of the data science program, my suggestion would be pick something that is closer to the domain that you're already working in, right? If you're working in a healthcare domain, if you're working in an automotive industry, don't go and pick something like a Zomato or Swiggy dashboard, right? Try and keep your dashboards, try and keep your assignments close to what your domain of work is, so that when you apply for roles tomorrow, you'll have something closer to what you already know, and you'll be able to answer questions, because data somehow has this domain as also a very important factor, right? So this is my suggestion. Keep your projects as close as possible to what is your domain that you're working in. All right. Now I will, okay, before I go to artifacts, okay, let me ask you this question, right? Now, think of yourself as someone applying to a data science job, right? And you have to show the hiring manager you have done something regarding data science. Now, tell me, what would you put on your portfolio that can showcase your skills related to data science? Anybody?
Projects, any research that you have done, probably on a recent act or that you're working on the
Correct.
portfolio, as
Thank
you
you.
said.
Yes. One thing you can talk about is market research. As a data scientist, how have you analyzed a particular market and did maybe a market sizing exercise, right? Let's say if I want to work for payments, I'm from a payments industry, right? So if I want to introduce let's say buy now pay later EMI option on a credit card, right, for PayPal, then I should do a market research study saying what guesstimating, right? It's not even an estimate, it is guess plus estimate, guesstimating how many users could probably be my addressable market, right? That kind of an analysis and research, if you have done, that will be a good point to showcase. Now, how would you showcase that? You take a PowerPoint slide, it is completely fine, right? No, don't, you need not even go for very fancy tools or anything. Take a PowerPoint slide or a Word document is also fine. Talk about what is the industry, what is the problem you were trying to solve, and what is the market research you have done, what are the sources you have seen, and what is the methodology you used, right? How is it different from a resume? In your resume, you have to showcase things you have done at work mostly. Even if it is a side project, you'll just have one line to showcase what work you have done. But in a portfolio, what you get is more real estate space where you can, show your thought process and approach, right? Let's take a market sizing problem and, understand, okay, this is the market, this is the product, and this is how I approached it. These are the, models I used in data science, or this is how I would create a dashboard for this if I have to. Some of these things you can place it. Okay, market research is one thing. What more? Anybody?
Anything that you could solve for them.
Okay.
Like, oh, okay.
How will you solve? Let's take one
So, for
example.
example, they have a certain business, and you have a project
Who's
that you
they
have
here?
completed.
They?
The recruiter or
We don't know who the
the
recruit. Okay,
business.
so I think I should make this clear, right? This is one common, let's say it's like your resume, right? It is one common portfolio for before you could start applying for roles that you could use to apply. You're not creating resume for every particular recruiter or company, right? You can tweak it here and there, but you don't create a whole new resume for everyone. So your portfolio will be a single portfolio, but you're going to use that to showcase or signal to the recruiters and hiring managers that you have solved for something. So it need not be the recruiter's company. It could be a common problem you see and how you can solve using the data. Right? Okay. I see Sudhakar raised his hand. Yes, Sudhakar.
Uh, I'm actually from an embedded-based background. So
Sorry, what background?
embedded-based background,
Embedded systems. Okay.
yeah. So how should my portfolio should look like? Because so there is very less room for data that which I can access at least.
I
So
understand.
yeah.
So I think not only you, yes, of course, Sudhakar is from an embedded systems background. Many of you might be from very different backgrounds. You don't have exposure to data that you'll not be able to share. In those cases, there are publicly available data sources that are there for experiment and learning itself, learning purposes itself, right? So what you can simply do is, let's say you want to create a Power BI dashboard or even an Excel dashboard, right? You choose an industry that you might want to target, right? And talk about, you can even just go to, I'm talking about very practical aspects of how you can do this, right? So you can go to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT, okay, I want you to give me a problem so that I can create a dashboard and make it a part of my portfolio so that I can showcase it to my recruiter from this industry, right? Any industry you want to take, you can take it. I know embedded systems might not be directly your own industry. Then what is the allied thing that you want to get into? Is it manufacturing? Do you want to get into manufacturing data science background? Maybe.
Yeah.
Or telecom? Or
Yeah, more into
precision instruments?
more like manufacturing.
Yeah. So choose one of those industries and try and use place your use cases around that, right? So create a dashboard for that, and let us maybe showcase that as a part of your your workflow, as a part of your portfolio, and showcase it to the recruiter, right? So that is there. Yes, Santosh.
Yes, ma'am. I am from retail sector,
Right.
retail trainer.
Retail
Trainer,
retail trainer.
retail trainer.
Okay.
In skill India.
Skill India.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So how can I make my portfolio?
Right. So if you are a trainer, do you think what would be your industry where you want to apply for a data science role? That would be the first question, right? Which industry do you think you can take your transferable skills to?
Yes, ma'am.
Which industry?
Market research.
So okay, industry is basically something like ed tech, fintech, right?
Like sales, to motivate people to more sales.
Right. All right. So sales is a function. Okay. Let us talk about the difference between industry and a function, right? So industry or a domain basically is a what is the line of work? Like for example, there are salespeople in supermarkets. There are salespeople in IT organizations. There are salespeople in BPO companies. There are salespeople in car manufacturing companies, right? So which sales is fine. Sales is a function, right? What is an industry or a product or or a service that domain would you target, which is parallel to what you're doing? That is a question I want all of you to think now. You're doing something. If you have doubts, we can talk about it also. For example, Santosh is saying he is a skills trainer for retail, right? So what could be an adjacent thing is maybe ed tech, right? There are a lot of training companies, ed tech companies that are there in the business. So ed tech could be one of the areas where you would want to look for job opportunities in data science. That would be a domain. You could pick sales if you want to. So what could be a valuable dashboard for someone doing sales in an edtech company? The dashboard will show how many people approached you, to take training as a lead, right? How many leads came in? Then how many of that got converted to your business, right? They actually became paid customers. How many people took trial, but they did not get converted into, that funnel could be a dashboard that you can display, right? That could be one of your artifacts in your portfolio. That's about edtech. Like that, for every industry, there could be different artifacts, different dashboards that you can create. I see Jograj's hand up. Yes, Jograj.
Prior experience, I'm
If you're speaking, I'm not able to hear you, Jograj.
Jonas, you are very far from your mic.
I think so. I'm not able to hear you. Okay. Let him come back. So can you all think of what is one industry where there could be data science roles that you can apply for, which could use the skills from your current role transferable to that industry, right? For example, if you're a bank employee, right, you may think I am going to a bank, handling cash all day, coming back home. Now what is the data science aspect that I could build a portfolio on? Then it is basically that maybe not for banks, but for fintech, right? Or the internet banking aspect of banks, you can create some of the artifacts like a dashboard or a data model that you might work on, a vibe coding project that you could do. All of these could be some of the things that you can build, right? Anybody who wants to understand what could their potential industry be? Do all of you have an idea where you could apply your learnings, your transferable skills?
I think I'm currently working as an HR, and
Okay.
I think we can do something around the attrition part or the productivity of candidates
Sure,
or
right? You could
employees.
talk about productivity. Now, the biggest dashboard every company wants now is return to office, right? How many people have returned to office? How many are still working from home? What is the productivity? What is the attrition rate?
Yeah.
The two. So, if you have a doubt of what kind of dashboards to build and all that, you can just look up internet saying whatever your industry is, function is, and say analytics. It'll show you what all you could do. For example, HR and analytics, you'll get like 100 examples, right? Pick one example, create something out of it through what you're learning during the course, and put it in your portfolio. Now, I think someone in the chat had asked, they had joined late, and can someone tell me where to create the portfolio, right? So the portfolio that you need to create, I had suggested three tools. The three tools that you could use are Google Sites, which is a Google website, right? Google Sites. Or you could create a website using Lovable as a tool. Lovable is one of the tools, right? A vibe coding tool. Or you could use WordPress or Blogger, which are blogging tools, right? So there is no right or wrong for how you have to create a portfolio or a tool. Another simple option to create a portfolio could also be use one PDF document where you can create, example of what all you have done, and give a drive link, put it on a Google Drive and give the drive link to people also. Still, it is fine, but make it easy, accessible for people to really look at, right? Don't make it too dry for people to read like a resume. Instead, showcase what you have done, visually also impactful, so that people can read. Right after this class, what I'll do is I will share some good portfolio examples to Priya. Priya, will you be able to pass it on to this class? Okay, I'll get that passed on to you, some of the examples of good portfolios, so that you can also create something like that of your own. All right. Okay. Any other questions before we move on to the next one? Should it be
Yeah.
responsive? No, it need not be responsive. It can just be a PDF document with good visuals, also completely fine. If you can create a responsive website, nothing like it. But we are all not, web builders or product builders or IT people necessarily, right? So it's completely okay. A non-responsive plain, site is also okay. Okay. Anybody else?
Thanks, ma'am.
Anybody else? One person has asked, ma'am, currently I'm not working anywhere. What will the portfolio be for a fresher like me? So freshers have all the options in the world, right? And there is no necessity that if you have worked in a particular field, you have to create in that field only. It is just easier for you to attract recruiters if it is a parallel field to yours, right? Otherwise, why will a hiring manager want to hire you for a data science role when there are people who have worked in the same field applying for the same role, right? So that is the reason why I gently tell people, if you have work experience, use the same domain or a function. For a fresher, you have limitless options, right? So you could choose a very easy example of a product that you use every day. Maybe like if you order food through Swiggy or Zomato, then think about Swiggy or Zomato and what could be some of the data related problems you could solve by creating a dashboard or by creating a model. Now some of the things I don't want to get too technical because you have completed only 3 classes, so I don't want to overburden you with what a model could do, how could you implement a machine learning algorithm and all of those things. I'm not going to talk, but remember this: every time your trainer is going to give you an assignment, don't think of it as I should complete it and submit it tomorrow and you know leave it to fly away the next day. Do it with some amount of sincerity and take that assignment and make a part of your portfolio, right? So that you don't have to dedicate individual time to create something for your portfolio, right? So that is very important. All right.
Uh,
Yes.
I have a question. Like,
Yes.
I have worked into, various domains like healthcare,
Hmm.
banking, and now I'm in telecom. So, but would it be like a better option if I should create a dashboard based on the industry which I'm aiming for,
That
or
would be better. Yes, whichever industry you're aiming for, that would be better, right? Simple logic. No, if you are a hiring manager, there are two profiles. Rest everything is equal, right? They're exactly same. Otherwise, one has worked in your own field. The other one, you have to train them on your industry and then make them do some work. Which one will you prefer?
yeah, obviously the one who has experience.
Correct, right? So if you have experience in that industry, your dreaming industry, the industry of your dream job, please use that particular industry. That would be better. So the reason why I tell this now is also for you to remember about it whenever your trainer is going to give you homework and exercises in the future for doing data analytics related, data science related activities. Try and keep them as close as possible to your dream industry or a dream job so that you can use it when it comes to an interview, right? Many times when we are studying, people don't tell us. When we did engineering, for example, people didn't tell us, or a BCom, for example, people didn't really tell us how it is exactly going to be used in your day-to-day work, right? So that is very important for you to remember. Okay, now I have a very clear goal that I want to apply for a data science role in a particular industry. That is why I'm doing this data science program. Can I use some of the examples from here to go apply it in for, the industry of my choice, so that it'll be easier when I apply for my interviews and when I do my job search. And that is why we are saying closer. Okay. All right. So what are the things that could be in your portfolio, right? So it could be an interactive demo. When we say dashboard, I said a static dashboard is fine, but if you're able to build an interactive demo like a Tableau dashboard or a Power BI dashboard, that will be very good. And if you have a GitHub repository, then that will be good too. You can write a simple one pager, right? A blog post or a one pager or a 6 slide deck that talks about how you solved a problem and why you solved the problem that way, right? That is also good. And then, you talk about all your findings in an accessible format that people should be able to view, right, and appreciate. So these are the different artifacts, very simple ones you could start with: one dashboard, one blog post or a slide deck talking about a problem, and then summary of your findings in some accessible format for non-technical audience. If you can code, then have a GitHub repository plus a readme section so that people can read what you have coded for, right? So this is about the MVP. Now going to the next level, right? If this is MVP, means it's minimum viable product, right? The basic one that you can create, 3-4: one dashboard, one blog post, one presentation or a summary, and any code that you have developed using the data science program that you're going to do. All of that could make a basic portfolio, right? What next? The next one is data science artifact, right? So what could the version 2 be, right, in the data science one? It could be one of the things that people might teach you in the upcoming courses. If there is a set of data, how do you check for quality? How do you there is a process called ETL, right, where how you prepare the data so that a model can consume that data. What are some of the data enhancement, enrichment work that you did? All of that can be showcased in your portfolio. I'm not going into too much of other things because this might be new for many of you. After the program only, many of this would make sense for you after the complete training. So I will stop here. After this, I will go to a launch plan, right? So here I have given it as a 7-day launch plan, right? But you could do it when and where you get assignments from your trainer during the program, right? One is you pick a flagship project that could be your capstone project that you will do at the end of this particular course, right? And think of what all artifacts you can create, what all portfolio materials you could create for the presentation, right? Create a homepage for yourself that you can do using Google Sites, Lovable, like I said before, Blogger, WordPress. Put your name, what you're currently doing, give a downloadable version of your resume, give a picture, and maybe one project or something that you have done so far, right? You could also give a brief video. That is optional, but you can record a 2 minutes video talking about yourself, your portfolio, what is there in your portfolio and all that. That could be a last thing, right? Then you can write a short blog, give a deck, a blog post, a presentation to provide a context to why you have created this portfolio, what are all there in your portfolio and all that, right? And share your portfolio with your network and seek feedback for improvement. What you can do, what is an advantage of doing a course like this is when you create your own portfolio, share it with other participants in your class group, right? And ask what they think of particularly of your portfolio, and they can give you feedback. You can give them feedback. You could ask your trainer for your feedback when you're done with your portfolio, so that, see, this is what I have done for myself, and will be easier for you when you approach your recruiters or your hiring managers, right? So this is pretty much I had. I'll take 2-3 minutes to answer any questions you have. I know some of it could have been very theoretical, but I'll wait for any more questions. And as and when the course progresses, keep this one in your mind, right? Whatever we spoke today, keep that in mind. Your intention should be to get content for your portfolio from whatever course you're doing, right? That is your end. That should be your end point of your of this program that you're doing. So any assignment the trainer gives, do it and put it as a part of your portfolio. Right now, even if you're not creating a Google site, or even let's say you're not creating a lovable website, very visual and all that, it's completely okay. Create a folder in your drive, Google Drive you have, right? Create one folder in your Google Drive and keep adding all the assignments one after the other, like you would do a folder, right? A file. Physically, if you have papers, you'll take a file keep all the papers and have a folder. Like you can even do it with a simple Google Drive folder in which you put in all the assignments you're doing, and at the end of the course you could give a link to that folder also and name everything, add a video what are all there, or add one document giving what are all there in that particular folder, and you can use that also as your portfolio. Okay, I'll stop here. Any questions?
I wanted to know like what kind of roles or positions are there in this field, in this domain, in the sense of techno managerial, not very technical. Like
Mhm.
I'm a person, I'm into release management, so on day-to-day basis, I deal with developers, testers, various cross-functional teams like database teams and all those teams. I understand what they are doing. I track the releases, but I don't actually code. So
Right.
I understand what they are saying, but I don't do it technically. So what are these kinds of position which I can look for in this area in data science and AI?
Right. So you could look for roles that is something like a program management role in data analytics companies, right? For example, let's say Tiger Analytics or a Mu Sigma, they might have program management roles, which will be related to your release management experience and the way you work with your developers and everyone, right? Who tech people, not tech people, plus
Mm-hmm.
do some amount of program management around data, right? So those kind of roles would suit you better, Poonam. Okay. Anyone else? Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question regarding the portfolio.
Right.
So in the portfolio you have discussed regarding like a responsive site or a Google Drive or anywhere we can make it, right?
Right.
So as I am a developer, maybe creating a website would be better for me,
Great.
right?
Definitely.
Right. Huh. So those day like whatever I'm creating, I need to add it in the resume, right?
Correct.
So that people can
Yeah,
see.
add it in your resume, put it on LinkedIn, right? So and if you're not using LinkedIn to your advantage, please start using LinkedIn. How you can start using LinkedIn is open LinkedIn, connect with people in the data science field, because that's what you want to really do, right? That's why you're doing a course here. So connect
Correct.
with people in this industry, and then post one or two of your examples what you're working on. And since you're a web developer, you're going to create a website for your portfolio, then share that on the top, just below your name on LinkedIn. There will be a click here link that you can add, right? You can
Hmm.
click here for my portfolio, you can just add there, so it gives a very good competitive advantage.
So actually creating a website is not my like a goal here, right?
Correct.
So I'm already creating the website, so that is not my goal here.
Correct.
So any ready-made website where I can just
Definitely.
create a website and just do the data science part there, right?
Correct.
So you were saying something. What is that? I missed it, I think, ma'am.
So one is, if you want to create a complete website, it is called Lovable. Someone had posted it on chat also. There are
Okay.
multiple tools like this. You have to search for vibe coding tools, right? Vibe coding is the new big thing now. What it does is it makes you prompt in normal English language to create websites. So one of it is Lovable. Sudhakar had posted it in the chat, right? I use Lovable, for example, for my own. I'll show you one of the example.
Can
um,
you share your portfolio so that it will be like,
I'll share my portfolio, but this is not really portfolio, but I'll show you my uh, website. This is something I created in Lovable, right?
okay.
Uh,
So the deployment and everything is cloud-based?
Everything is cloud based. I'll show you how I did also, if possible. So you see here, this is a website. There are resources. There is a form that I have. I have written a book that I'm going to launch in the next month. So I created this website for the book, and all of this I did, within like 1 hour of wanting to create it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is basically go to Lovable, lovable.dev, right? So this is just, you go here, it is something like this. You can just type what you want to create and it will create it for you,
Okay.
right? So, and there are multiple things that are created in the web, in this tool, using this tool, that you can see also for inspiration how it is done.
Okay, AI assistant is there, so
Correct. It is an AI. The entire thing is done only through AI assistant, and there is no back and front end coding or none of those.
okay.
Okay.
Only the paid version we can edit, right? Because while during this session, I tried to create my portfolio.
Okay.
But now when I'm trying to edit the information, I'm not getting that.
A free version is enough. I use only a free version. Just that you have only 5 credits per day. Okay. And 1 credit is basically 1 prompt you give. You can't keep giving prompts to the tool.
Okay.
So you have to think, brainstorm, and try and create it in within 5 prompts per day. If you miss the 5 prompts today, you can create the rest tomorrow. You can edit how many ever times you want using the natural language. You can, if, for example, there was a button that came which for example called download, but you want to make it as resources, then you can tell the AI assistant you want to make it as resources.
Okay.
It'll create it for you. It'll change it for you.
For me,
So
it's
with
giving
the
2
level,
credits.
oh sorry, Poonam. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, it's giving me 2 credits only per day, so not sure.
Usually it is 5 credits. I don't know what is happening. You can check. So I don't want this course to become this lecture to become a lovable tutorial. You could use other things like WordPress, Blogger. Those are all no AI based. You can actually drag and drop and create your websites also. I'm okay if you want to create those. Else you can just open a folder in your Google Drive and place your documents there. I'm okay with that as well, right? And if you want more help on how to use vibe coding tools, these are the Lovable, Bolt, Cursor are all vibe coding tools, right? So you want more knowledge, you could start reading up about how to use them. There will be enough information on the website, or chat gpt could help you, or any Gen AI assistants could help you how to use some of those tools. And I have created at least 2-3 websites using Lovable, and I have not paid so far.
So, ma'am, actually, when you have created using Lovable, so those might not be responsive, right? Those website like
There are options to make it responsive. I did not make them responsive for the sake of simplicity, but Lovable can create responsive websites.
okay. No, when we are saying like using the data science concepts, if we are going to suppose a Tableau report or something, so it is just an explanation regarding that one, or how it will be like.
Okay. If you're putting a Tableau dashboard there, you can't really embed the dashboard, or I have not seen a functionality to embed a dashboard. So you can explain what the dashboard is about and host it in some place. You can post screenshots and give links to a GitHub repository or somewhere where you will host the project.
So it will be learning kind of thing like, for others. Yeah.
It's not learning, but it's more for the hiring managers or the recruiters to see that you have actually done practical work.
Okay.
Right. And if you want to showcase your code, then that should be done in GitHub, right? GitHub is a tool that helps you showcase your code.
Okay.
Right. So these are some of the options. Anybody else? Any other questions? Okay, if there are no more questions, I'll share some examples of good portfolios, right? And I will share it with this group through Priya. You can check some of them. I'll give beginner level. So the reason why I'm not sharing many. See, mine is because mine is a product manager portfolio, right? I don't want to showcase that. I'll check for some data science portfolios and share it to Priya. She'll circulate it to all of you for a sample. You could use that, or you could use any tool that is convenient to you to just create a repository of all the assignments you're doing from now on, so that you could showcase that you have done some practical hands-on work. Okay.
Yeah, so if nobody has any question, I would like to thank you for your time today and your experience which you have shared, your perspectives on the talent acquisition strategies and leadership. And I think everybody must have gained a deeper understanding how the hiring practices are working nowadays and how we can stay ahead in that. And this session was really practical and actually a thought provoking, at least for me. And I think it must be for everybody else. So we wish you a
Super.
success and hope to engage further in future.
Sure.
Keep
So
it.
you guys do this of collecting your assignments. Maybe we'll do a guest session by the end of your course to see how you can combine all of that and do a portfolio. I can do a follow-up session for you guys towards the end of your course. Okay.
Yeah.
Super. All the very best, guys. Thank you, Poonam, for that
Yeah.
note. Thanks,
Yeah,
everyone.
Thanks,
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.